David, James,
Hey.
here we are on day 2 of DMEXCO. It's been a rush. I'm sure you guys have been really busy. But do you fancy a game of Adtech Tarot?
We're super excited.
Either one of you, choose one card.
Can I look at it?
You can. That's the point. Turn it over. What have we got?
Adland Destinies.
Adland Destinies. Okay, really important because this is a proper look to the future. You're here at DMEXCO. You've probably been getting up to all sorts of wonderful conversations. What can you tell us about what's in store down the line for Limelight Inc.?
It's a really good question. We'd like to say domination, world domination in our space. But of course, maybe that's a little bit too advanced for a second. No, really, I think the truth is that we continue to evolve in a sustained way, you know?
Right.
Keep delighting partners, keep our pricing flexible, keep our service high. It's good enough, and our product is very strong in the market. And you know, as long as we can continue to post double-digit growth for the next 100 years, we'll be very happy.
Okay, so we do another card.
If you like.
Right, let David choose this one. Anyone you like. Oh, gone for the left side. Creative House of Fame. Wow.
Okay.
What creative efforts are going on inside Limelight right now?
Our partners are the most creative.
Let's just pick
force
this
in
up a
the
little bit, just in case we're not getting...
Right. Our partners are the most creative force we've ever seen. They're brilliant. So all day yesterday, all day today, they're telling us where we need to go, what we need to do. So creativity is abounding. Right? Our partners have new channels they're moving into. They have new ideas about data. They have new ideas about automations. They have new ideas about reporting. So it's quite a lot. For us, the first evolution is we're strengthening our publisher toolset and we're strengthening our reporting toolset. And then beyond that, we'll continue to build on the automated tools, AI, etc. within the platform.
Are you able to tell us about any new features that are coming in the toolkit or not?
I can tell you about, it is a new feature. It's a new feature for us and many of our partners. So we've recently launched and come out of beta our previous cycle of development. The reason it's quite exciting is that, you know, within our world, you know, there's an awful lot of heavy lifting that's quite mundane. It's all very important, optimizing, and it can be really quite granular.
Right.
You know, lots of different screens open, lots of different individual rules, lots of different platforms people have got to look for. And so one of the things we've developed is a tool set that allows those guys to really short circuit massively getting to that success point with any line item transaction that they actually operate on within programmatic. They can merge rules, and then it will obviously deliver and optimize at a rate that a human really can't. And it can be really powerful at maintaining a QPS allocation from a DSP. In other words, it protects your demand. It means that the demand gets their good stuff immediately and not 2-3 weeks away.
And when is that coming? Or
It's
is
now.
That, it's now.
It's now.
It's here now.
We've literally launched it. I mean, some of the results we're seeing already, I mean, it's not just anecdotal, it's real, are really quite astonishing. And it's really just about efficiency and driving some real rigor into doing the mundane, but doing it in a creative and faster and supportive way for our partners. And people love that, you know?
In our beta test, we tested it against some large embedded skillful ops teams who were great.
Yeah.
And we saw 500% uplift.
500%. Wow.
Which is a lot.
It's not to be sneezed at, right?
Not
We
to-
all
no,
want
absolutely
500%
not.
uplift.
Absolutely. I'll go for that. Let's have another uplift of a card. Got 5 left. Who's going to go this time? Back to
Let's
James.
see if I can forget the name of this one now. Okay, so Path of Privacy.
Oh, right, the pathway of privacy.
One of our favourite subjects.
The legendary pathway of privacy. So this is about GDPR and data privacy and all that. How's Limelight raising to the challenge of increased data privacy, and what are you doing in that space?
Well, it's a very good question, and I'm very glad you asked it. Okay, so look, you know, there seems to be, privacy is never going to go away, right? You know, it's now embedded in the forefront of people's minds, and we're no exception to that.
Yeah.
So, you know, as things have developed, you know, we've got facilities to manage and contend with, you know, CCPR, GDPR, first data privacy. A lot of, I think, the fast movement in the Brisbane marketplace has probably been driven over the last 2 or 3 years at least by that sort of spectre of Google decommissioning cookies and first-party data becoming very important. So, you know,
then it didn't happen.
And then it didn't happen, and But I think genuinely our view, our worldview, is that you really should, if you can, start building your own approved and accepted first-party data strategy. And we have tools within Limelight that will help you actually achieve that within what you're doing. But again, as soon as that is done, there'll be another privacy issue probably to deal with.
No doubt.
I think the interesting issue there, we all know about the legislation, but the interesting issue is the way in which a large company like Google can disrupt other companies. So, we, like many other people in the space, spent a lot of time thinking about cookie deprecation and how we would live after that and what we would do. We spent a lot of technical resource building out what we consider to be an alternative solution. And then, of course, they don't go through with it, and that time feels like it was a little bit wasted. Not all of it, oh sure, but it feels like it was a little bit wasted. So for me, the interesting point is the way that the larger players in our industry, more broadly, affect the rest of us. In ways where it's not just about trade and competition all the time. It's actually just about their set of direction, and we all have to kind of climb to that direction.
Let's get on to another card. I'm going to put that back down there. 4 left.
Okay. Are we doing all of them?
No, might have time for 2 more. The Pentacle of Partners.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so this is all about forming bonds. You're here at DMEXCO.
This is the question we wanted.
This is the one you want, right? Okay. It's about partnerships. How important are partnerships to Limelight?
I think in a general way, if you described our strategy as a business, it is partner first.
Right. Yeah.
So we don't really have customers. We have partners, because obviously our goal is to maximize a partner's potential in the market with our technology. But if a partner is not someone that leans in and engages and communicates and talks, that's not great for us. It means that we're chasing all the time. So a good partner is someone that leans in and someone that really wants to work with you and that help us develop on their behalf. And that's really what DMEXCO is all about. It's an opportunity to meet these people face to face and build those relationships, because programmatic, albeit very machine-led, is still fundamentally about people. And that's really what we do and what we hope we do well.
I was going to say what is a perfect partner, but nothing's perfect in life, and I don't know if that's a good question for you guys or not.
A perfect partner is one that shares their challenges with us, so we can kind of work with them to meet them. I have a
Give him the microphone, please.
Similar answer. I'm going to be slightly more pointed. I think that in our space we have to appreciate that not everyone is what they seem to be. Okay, we are a software company. We don't trade media, and yet there are plenty of solutions out there that do both of those things. And so when you're looking for a partner, I'm reversing this. I'm not thinking about when you're choosing a platform. I think you need to be really careful, more careful than ever, about who it is you're bringing into your business and what their motives are. Right? Our sole motive, and I want to say this really clearly because some of our competitors have been saying other things, our sole motive is to support and grow our partners' businesses. We do not trade media. I think every other ad server that you see in the halls today here does, in some respects.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I think that's a danger to our partners' businesses, and I think it's an underhand process that we've seen play out many, many times. It comes with great opportunity to begin with. They give them demand, and it all looks great. That diminishes over time, and they find out that they're actually doing the same trades themselves. So for me, in selecting partners, you need to be really wide-eyed about the total situation of that partner's business.
And you seem quite passionate about that. Is that something you've been focusing on with your conversations here?
When we founded the business, it was about we're going to be in software and we're not going to compete with our clients, our partners. Why would you do that? Support your own growth through doing good things for your partners. Don't compete with them. That's crazy.
Let's have one more question. I'm just going to tidy up a bit here. These don't want to get confused with the last one. So, ta-da.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh, the green road. So this is really a question about sustainability. How important is sustainability to, well, not just in the ad tech world, but to Limelight, and how do you sort of measure your green credentials?
It's a really good question, actually. I mean, I think the simple fact is that ever more servers in the world, ever more processing. Of course, this is really carbon hungry, right? There's no doubt that the ad tech world is not necessarily the most efficient game in town, and has some work to do in terms of efficiency.
There's more work to do, a lot more work.
Definitely, and I think that's part of our goal. It actually aligns with our approach really very well, because we're about trying to make trade efficient with our partners, and of course the more efficient they are, the less waste there is, and the less of this, eating of the carbon footprint. It's a much it's really all about efficiency, and if we can drive those efficiencies, which we are with our new technology, with our developments, that really has a real green story attached to it. I mean, there's lots of other things that we do and we're involved in terms of buying trees and all of that sort of stuff, but the fundamental thing is do what you do in this space as efficiently as you can, and continually look for those savings. And a saving is not just there to be green, it has also to have another major fundamental value to your partner, which is it gets you to where you need to get to better, cleaner, quicker, more effectively, and with a better result. And so they're sort of symbiotic ultimately.